Be back in 15 minutes, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Rach Reviews B.O.B. Today I'm going to be cooking a Nigerian meal kit that a friend sent to me on Instagram, and I have a sous chef with me. Come through.
Hey!
The people's favorite. So you would have seen her in the seafood. What did we do? Seafood
boil.
Seafood boil. If you haven't watched it, go watch my video. Okay.
But share and subscribe.
Yes, like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. So Izzo has been. This is Miss Izzo. Izzo's been wonderful and allowed me to take over her kitchen today. So we're going to be cooking the meal by Sise foods, and we're going to go by their instructions. So this is basically, we both know how to cook, but we're going to act like we don't know how to cook today, and we're going to follow their instructions step by step and cook Nigerian jollof. Now I'm from Ghana. Ghana got the best jollof, but today I said let me try Nigerian jollof. So we're going to do that today. So I'm excited. I'm going to turn around and show you guys the lovely items that they have sent us. So these are the wonderful items received from Sise Foods, and here's my lovely sous chef showing you. We received all the ingredients that we need in order to make the jollof rice, with assorted meat as well. That's the meat of choice that we've chosen to go for today. We've got all the steps here, which comes in the packaging, and going to follow each of this step by step, starting with heat sunflower oil. So I'm going to start making this. You're going to watch me prep and do using sunflower oil. This is meant to take what, 40 minutes? It's supposed to be a quick way of making jollof rice. It's not meant to take you, it's not meant to be so long. So they've pre-prepped everything. They've given us all the ingredients, so it's meant to save time. So let's see how this goes. So I've heated up the jollof rice, and not jollof rice, I've heated up the oil. So I'm going to put the jollof rice sauce. This would usually contain tomato, seasoning, etc. So I'm going to just pour this in.
Is there ingredients at the back of the packet?
No, that's something that they should give, isn't it?
So,
yeah, just or something in there. That's true, actually. Yeah, there's no ingredient. This is all the information that we've got. So yeah, so it doesn't actually say what the ingredients are in jollof rice mix, the jollof sauce, sorry, but usually jollof sauce is tomatoes, onions, ginger, bell pepper, etc. A mixture of different things. So yeah, it smells alright. It smells good. Oh, it's hot. So far is we've oiled we've heated up the oil. The instructions said to pour the jollof sauce in, so we poured the jollof sauce in as well. I feel like my head is chopped off. Oh, here we go. So step one was to heat up the sunflower oil, which we've done. We've poured the jollof sauce in as well. So the next step says to add scotch bonnet, a 1/4 teaspoon at a time. Looking at my ingredients, I didn't get that scotch bonnet, so we're missing an essential ingredient, which is a bit like not very good. However, luckily Izzo's got a fresh one. So what we're gonna do is gonna blend that in, blend it with some onions quickly and put it in. But if you were somebody that was cooking for the first time, you've never made jollof and it doesn't have scotch bonnet and you really wanted it, you'd be a bit upset and you didn't have it at home. So just be mindful of people when you're sending things out and there's certain things in your ingredients and in your packaging, just make sure, triple check that it's in there. But yeah, so we're gonna do a remix quickly and then we're gonna go back and follow the instructions by Sise. So what does it say? It says after I've added, after I've done my scotch bonnet, add jollof seasoning to your desired taste, half a teaspoon at a time. Okay. So add half a teaspoon. Nah, half a teaspoon. What's that? That's nothing. Leave to simmer on low heat for 45 minutes. And then, what was it? Alexa, what was it? Timer. Alexa, put a timer on for 5 minutes, please.
5 minutes. Starting now.
So we're gonna let the sauce and the seasoning simmer for 5 minutes, as it says on the instructions. And then we're gonna come back and then add the rice to the sauce. Okay, and also we got some assorted meat, which you can see here. It's got beef, it's got turkey, it's got smoked turkey, and it's got some tripe. So we're gonna put this in the oven. There isn't really any instructions. Oh, gentle shot. There isn't really any instructions on how to cook it, but looking at it, it all kind of looks cooked already, so it just needs to be heated up. Yeah, it looks like it's been pre-cooked already. Let me even take one. Okay. It's cooked meat. It just needs to be heated up. So we're going to put this in the oven to cook, but we'll do that a little bit later. If you don't eat meat, sorry. I can't help you. Okay, clinky, cheers! Cheers! Okay, so our 5 minutes. Oh, Alexa, stop! So our 5 minutes is up. The stew is, yeah, the stew looks good. This was a meal for 5 to 6 people. So for myself, Izzo, and her husband, and then this was some, just in case you want some left over. Izzo has already washed the rice, which you guys can see here. This is long grain rice. I do basmati, but today I'm Nigerian, isn't it? So today is Nigerian long grain rice. So the ingredients, the instruction says to add the rice that has been rinsed into the sauce and add a pinch of salt. And yeah, okay, cool. So let's do that. So usually with jollof, what you would do as well, they haven't said, but when you put the rice in, you would also stir the sauce in to make sure that it covers all of the rice. So I'm just stirring that as well now. Just gonna get all this rice into this jollof. Izzo is going to get me 500 ml water. So what you do is you stir the sauce, make sure it's mixed. All the rice is covered in sauce because you don't want to have like bits that are not covered. So yeah, that looks really good. The real test will be in the taste. Yeah. And then salt, of course. I don't usually like to use a lot of salt to cook with anyway, but I'll add a bit of salt just because. Oh yeah, just for extra flavor. So let's get all the rice. She said we ain't wasting no rice out here. So I'm gonna just mix that in as well. So that's also covered in the sauce. Giving us bay leaves. I know Nigerian jollof, they use bay leaves.
You're not using bonnet?
Nah, not really. It's giving us three bay leaves. And then they've said low heat to medium to meat. So then you lower your heat medium to low. Jollof tends to what's the word? Get burned quite quickly. So let me see. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And then it says cover your pot and leave to cook for 15 minutes. Alexa, timer 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Starting now.
Thank you. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. We don't need no other. Only you feel on my body. The 15 minutes is up, and yeah, it's all actually coming together nicely. What you tend to do with jollof as well is just stir it a little bit just to make sure the bottom isn't burning. It's not burning at the bottom, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is let's see what the next instruction says. So it says after the first 15 minutes, cover the pot tightly with a sheet of foil and let cook on low heat for the next 15 minutes. So what that means is just to get the steam to cook the rice. Should we put the meat in? Yeah, let's put the meat in.
You want to cover it or you're alright? Keep it open.
Maybe let's cover it a little bit so that it's a bit more not too dry. How many minutes? Be back in 15 minutes, y'all. So the 15 minutes is up. Okay, the rice is looking good. I'm just gonna check in terms of softness because
The rice looks good, babes.
in terms of softness, we might want it to be a little bit softer. So I think I'll just cover it for. What I'll do is I'll leave it on low heat still and just cover it. So the steam will just be cooking it, but it is pretty much done. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera.
Do you need to do a quick?
Let's see. It's looking orange. All right, Nigerian jollof. All right. No, it's come out all right. I don't want it to burn at the bottom, but this pan is, I think, a non-stick pan. So yeah, this is good. Get something to try it, is it? Just so, because some people like really soft rice. For me,
That is not a try. That is not a try, Rachel.
that's a try.
That is not a try.
This is a try portion. Just
half it.
Just try. What kind of life is this? It's a try. Let me know if you want a bit more softer rice or if you think the texture is okay.
The texture is a-okay. Don't need any more.
Water, isn't it? It's fine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep, because I know some people like really soft rice. Leave it for 4 minutes and then we'll turn it off. Alexa, timer 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Starting now.
So it's pretty much done. So that was quick. That was a quick process. The rice texture is fine. Tastes alright. Gonna let it cook for just 4 minutes. Let the steam just cook it just a little bit more, and then we're good to go. Get some veg. The assorted meat. Let me check the assorted meat. Yes. So with the assorted meat, they didn't give us any instructions on what to do with it. So I could see that it was already cooked. So I've just said let's put it in the oven. And yeah, this also looks good. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is a bit. Yeah. So this is the assorted meat. Like I said, it's got tripe, it's got smoked turkey, and it's got beef. So I'm just gonna put this back in a little bit. We might just put it up a little bit just to give it extra heat. And then after 4 minutes, I think we'll be, once we're ready, then we'll turn this off. We're making some veg. Our meat will be done. And then we're gonna try the jollof from Sise Foods. I can't wait because I'm so hungry, guys. I'm so hungry. Alexa, stop. So Alexa has said that the food is ready. The jollof is ready. So I've turned the cooker off now. I'd say that's ready. We're all good to go. Once the veg is done, we are going to serve it up. But yeah, that process was pretty simple. Quite aside from the fact that it was missing the scotch bonnet. So what we did was we blended scotch bonnet, tomatoes and onions so that we could blend our own scotch bonnet and put it in. That was the only thing that was a bit annoying because they didn't provide the scotch bonnet that they've said that it looks like they should have provided. So yeah, I am happy with the results of my jollof from Sise in terms of the process and how the instructions and what we did. The process was pretty straightforward, the instructions. I think in terms of maybe they could be a bit clearer a little bit. So with the sunflower oil, it didn't really tell me how much I needed to put in, but I kind of felt 1 wasn't enough, so I put 2, which is perfect, which was great. I put both of them in there, so it maybe could be clearer. They've given us, I suppose they gave us 2, so they didn't say put 1. I guess you would just use what they give you. And I guess with the jollof seasoning mix, they said put like half a teaspoon and keep adding, but you definitely need more than half a teaspoon. I put a whole pack and a little bit more of the extra of the second pack. I think I've just, as I was going, because I was checking the texture of the rice just to make sure it's not too soft or too hard. I think the only thing that is probably lacking is the spice. I think missing the scotch bonnet that they would have provided us. I think that's my main critique. But once we've had the assorted meat, once we've had the veg and we sit down and we eat it all, I'll give you also a proper final review. But in terms of the meal kit that we've received so far, I think it's gone well. If you're if you're a person that's just starting to learn how to make jollof, or you've never made jollof and you don't want to go through the whole process starting from scratch, blending and mixing and all of that, this probably would be an ideal thing for you to use. Thank you. This is my food. This is how it's looking. Shout out to Izzo for plating this up. Looking good, looking good. So we got some veg, part of our 5 a day. Got the assorted meat. The assorted meat has beef, smoked turkey, and some tripe. Okay, some of you might know it maybe as shaki. And then the rice. So we're gonna eat. Yep. And then we're gonna give you guys our feedback. Bless the food. We're back to receive, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
First bite, Izzo. What do you think? That's a long pause. Oh.
The rice is cooked. The rice is really fluffy.
Of course, because I know how to make jollof. Yes.
In terms of flavouring, as you guys already know, I'm such a weakling on spice. This is like no spice.
There's no spice. So in terms of the flavour, I think we didn't get the scotch bonnet, like I said, which probably would have added to the spice that we are missing from here. And also the jollof mix as well, maybe it needed to have a bit of spice in that.
We've added 1 whole scotch bonnet.
Oh, that one scotch bonnet that we added wasn't a big scotch bonnet, guys. It wasn't a big scotch bonnet. For the amount of stew that was cooking, it wasn't a big.
It was a small scotch bonnet.
It was 1, but it wasn't. Even there was a half. I think Izzo had half, but I thought, you know, it's because I thought the jollof sauce mix already would have spice in it. That's why I didn't say let's add the 1 half that Izzo had. I known it wouldn't be that spicy. I would have added that to our blended mix as well.
You should have added all of them.
Had we known. So I think that's the only thing. The textures come out. The instructions was pretty straightforward. Obviously, because we had to kind of do our own little remix, that, you know, somebody that doesn't know what they're doing completely might be a bit stuck there. The assorted meat I haven't tried, so let me try. It's really oily. It's probably oily because I put both of the sunflower oil in it, so that's probably why, because I thought we needed a bit more oil for it to cook the rice. So yeah, if it's a bit oily, then next time don't put 2, just do it 1 and a bit, 1.5 maybe. The 1 wasn't enough, that one. For the portion of 5 to 6 people, the 1 definitely isn't enough. But out of 5 for the process, I said the process was alright. I think the instructions were quite clear. Yes, it was missing ingredients, but the instructions were clear. It came, everything that was meant to be there was there. The packaging had all the stuff. The meat has arrived. So I think overall for me, I think it's like 3.5 out of 5. I just think because it was missing an ingredient, that wasn't very good. But other than that, it was fine. But in terms of the flavor in itself, obviously there's some jollof seasoning that maybe we could have added a little bit extra, but jollof seasoning doesn't really add spice. It tends to just be more salt. So I would say food flavoring, maybe 3.5 out of 5 as well.
In terms of the process, I think the process was really well written. Yeah, they forgot a few ingredients here and there, and the jollof rice seasoning, I think there's definitely room for us to add in our own flavouring on top of it. But in terms of the process, I would give it a 4. I think it was really easy to follow if you haven't cooked this cuisine before. In terms of the flavouring, I'll probably give it a 3 out of 5. I'm again a weakling on spice, and this is not spicy at all. It's a little bit oily for me. I can really taste this oil that was used. But it's nice overall. I think if this is your first time making this dish, then this is definitely a go-to. I would recommend it if it is your first time. If this is not your first time and you are familiar with cooking this type of cuisine, maybe this is not really for you.
Keep it 100. So out to Sise food. This was good though. This is a good concept. Like I really am all for like innovation and black people thinking outside the box. It's not always doing the same thing. So
meal kits are definitely needed. I would love to try another dish actually.
A meal kit. Okay, so I'll have
within the same company.
Oh, okay. So they do ayamashe, they do ifururu, they do so many other Nigerian dishes. So yeah, we could do another dish from the same company. But yeah, I've enjoyed. This has been great. I'm gonna crack on and eat my food. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and
subscribe.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye.